Ron Van Dam. He's not your parents' talk show host. Although, come to think of it, he probably was your parents' talk show host. He's been at this a really long time. You are listening to The Ron Van Dam Show on New England Broadcasting.
Ron Van Dam is an experienced talk show host. Do not attempt to try this at home.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's the Ron Van Dam Show.
Welcome to the program.
Hold on tight, things can get a bit weird, if you like that sort of thing.
I have my arms outstretched. You can't see it because this is radio, but my arms are outstretched, welcoming you to the program. Have a seat, relax, I'll entertain you for the next half hour. Or at least I think I will. It's a matter of perspective. You're looking good today, by the way. I have the best looking audience in the world. I know it's radio and I can't see you, but I'm imagining you're probably quite well dressed right now. You've combed your hair, brushed your teeth, and you've put that deodorant on your armpits. I believe that's the case, and that's what I'm going to go with. Me? Not so much. No. I feel like holding hands with you. But then again, that's just a stupid idea. So, never mind. Oh, God. What a way to open the show with mindless little quips over a background theme song. I don't know. It's what I do. Well, how are you on this fine day? The day can be sucky or it can be wonderful. It depends on you. Perspective is 100% of the law. We all see things at the same time, but our results of what we've seen can be totally different sometimes. And that's what divides our country. It's weird perspective, that perspective word. Is it true? No, that's not true. Yes, it is. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. You are. No, you are. No, you are. No, you are. Oh, this is great. I feel like I'm living in a schoolyard here with bullies and all that kind of stuff. What a wonderful world. As Louis Armstrong said, millennials don't know what I'm talking about, but as Louis Armstrong once said in a song in which Louis Armstrong was a trumpet player who for some reason sang songs as well. Louis, you can't sing, man. You can't sing. Put the trumpet back in your mouth. But anyway, he sang a song called What a Wonderful World, and I beg to differ. I'm sorry, Louis. I beg to differ. Anyway, hopefully things will get better someday for all of us. It doesn't matter what category you may be speaking of. I got an interesting text from a young lady who used to co-host the show with me, Tori Lagarde. Are you familiar with her? Very, very talented girl. She sends me a text and it has a picture. And in it says something like, join the party, it ends at 9 o'clock. And I thought, that is me. It is. She knows me. It is me. It is whenever I've had a party in my life, and I've thrown a few parties. I've thrown a few parties under the bus. I've thrown a few parties, and on the invitation, I always put you're invited to come to my party at 6 p.m. on Friday. Actually, that's what most people would put. I put, come to my party from 6 to 9 p.m. He put an ending time on it. Yes, because people don't know when the hell to get out of the place. They don't know when to leave. They just talk and say virtually nothing, or something they said 1,000 times already, or I've learned so much about them that I'm sick of them by now. So I put ending times on my party. I do. I put ending times on everything. Hey, Ron, you want to have dinner? Yeah, let's go out from 6 to 7:30. What? Yep, sorry. That's the time frame we're doing. Why? Oh, I have a dental appointment at 7:30 at night. Oh, it's a very accommodating dentist. It really is. And 7:30, it's quite quiet in the office. It's wonderful. I'm having a root canal. Root canal. Do you even know what that is? I think it's like those gondolas, and they go down the canal and they chart out the route first. No, that's not what it is. We need ending times in our lives as far as appointments are concerned. I am so... Appointments are to be prompt for an appointment is very important, and to know when to get the hell out of there is double important. One of my pet peeves, I have a few pet peeves, I walk them every day around my neighborhood. One of my pet peeves are doctor's appointments. I don't mind them. I guess they're good to have. They're a little, what's the word? I just don't have time for them, but I go to them because I want to stay healthy and stuff, and doctor says, hey, whatever, and I leave. But here's the problem. My appointment is for 10 o'clock a.m. I show up at 10 minutes to 10 just in case there's any paperwork to fill out. Paperwork is what you do on the tablets now. They give you a tablet when you go to the doctor's office. You got to go through all that crap. You know, you have to triple identify yourself. Why? Because in this age of technology, people are stealing our identities left and right. So now we have to double protect ourselves. Thanks, technology. Thanks for making it so much easier. No, harder. But anyway, so 10 o'clock. I get there at 10 to 10, and then I'm sitting in the waiting room. I've already checked in. I have checked in. And I'm sitting there, and it's 10 o'clock. And they don't call my name yet. I had a 10 o'clock appointment. I showed up on time. It's 10 o'clock. Why am I sitting in a chair, waiting for something? At 10 minutes after 10, 10 minutes late, 10 minutes of my valuable time, and I charge $100 a minute. 10 minutes of my valuable time just sitting there picking my ass, and the rest of the people in their waiting room do not like that visual. But I enjoy it. Finally, at 10 minutes after 10, a person comes out and says, Mr. Van Dam? And I say, yes, that is how you address me. Well, come with me, please. Oh, okay. That's what they say when they bring people to the gas chamber as well. Come with me, please. Put your hands behind your back. We're going to handcuff you. Pat you down. No, they don't do that. They should, but they don't. So they say, and they take me to the back where apparently they're going to tie me up and rape me. I don't know what they're going to do back there. They weigh me, and they check my temperature to make sure I'm not sick for them. And, oh boy, okay, they're 10 minutes late, but I guess I'll forgive them. Now, where's the doctor? Oh, sit in this little closet, which we call the examining room, and the doctor will be in shortly. Shortly? Excuse me, shortly? It's 10:15 now. What's this shortly thing? I should have been out of here by now, by my calculations. The doctor will be in shortly. Oh, no. No. The doctor is late, isn't he or she? Well, yes, they are. They're running a little behind. Well, I don't care how big your behind is. My appointment was 10 o'clock. That I sit in that room for another 10 minutes. This is unforgivable. It's 20 minutes after 10. I had a 10 o'clock appointment. I even showed up early in order to take care of all my documentations. And now I'm just sitting in now they have me sitting in a closet all by myself. What do I do now? Just sit there. Are there cameras in the room? I don't see any. Okay, let's see what things I can take home from the doctor's closet examining room. Oh, look, There's some cotton balls. Can always use them, stuff them in my pocket. What else we got here? What are these things? I don't know. I'll put them in my pocket. I don't know what they are. Some rubber gloves. Yeah, I was going to do some housework. Okay, take a couple of those rubber gloves, maybe 6 of them, 3 pairs of rubber gloves. I guess they're free because they put me in a room and they didn't tell me not to take anything, so okay. What else we got here? What else do we have here that I can take home? Oh, they're like little plastic ear cups that they put in that little handheld scope to look at my ears to see if they can see all the way through, and they can. I don't know what I can use them for, but I'll think of something. I'll put a couple of those in my pocket. Let's see what... Oh, I think someone's coming. Nope, they just walked down the hall past the room. See, they close the door. They put you in the closet examining room, and then they close the door. Well, 5 days later, there's a knock at the door, and it's my doctor. And I say, excuse me, but I haven't shaved. I did when I came here just before the appointment, but now I've grown a full beard. That's a sarcastic remark, Mr. Van Dam. We're putting that in your chart as being a sarcastic son of a bitch. Don't put it in my chart. That shows my mental incapacities. Anyway, the doctor comes in, we exchange vows and stories and recipes and things like that, and then I leave, and I make another appointment to be abused later on down the line about 6 months later. In the meantime, they ask for my copay, and I say at that time, I showed up at 10 o'clock. The doctor didn't see me until, I think it's 10:15, 10:20. It's 20 minutes of my time. I will send you my bill. I don't have any of the invoice forms on me. I will send you my bill, perhaps by electronically by email. What is your email so I can send you the bill for the time that I sat here beyond the appointment time? Because, you see, if I show up late for the appointment, well, I could be charged accordingly. Or I could be chastised by making me sit in a room. But I didn't. I showed up early and on time. And I got punished anyway. This is unforgivable. I'm finding another doctor. Ron, they all do that. They all overbook. Then I should overbook too. Let's see. I was a wedding videographer for decades with a big wedding videography company. And if myself or any of my videographers showed up for a wedding late, we'd be sued. Shall I sue my doctor for not seeing me at the appointment time? Let me ponder that. Well, you can't, Ron, because certain things in life, you just got to put up with it. It's just the way they are. Okay, fine. You see how that bothers me? And it should bother you too. Anyway, when I hold a party, we're getting back to that. When I hold a party, I put the ending time down because people, and not just people I know, but all people from all walks of life, they all don't know when to leave. People that know me, and God love you if you do, and tolerate me, and double God love you if you do, I have ending times. It's just the way it's going to be. Those are my appointment times. You show up on time, you leave on time. Ron, isn't that a little bit cold? No, not at all. I'm controlling the temperatures and it's quite comfortable. It's not like I'll never see you again, although it would be a possibility if you don't shut the hell up. But it's not like I'm not going to see you again. We'll probably do this again in short order. And we can come back and visit again for another 3 hours. But beyond my projected limits of tolerance to any other human being, other than a spouse or one's children, they must go by the rules otherwise. And the rules are a period of time. We all have to make appointments in order to succeed with our abilities and our goals and targets in life. We can't keep it open-ended. It's nice to start. It's better to end. So, if I show up at something, or you show up at something I'm doing, you must expect to keep your coat nearby if it's the winter time. I'm sick of doing these idle yawns. The only way to get people out of my perimeter and make them go home is to, I hate to say this out loud, but it works every time. And excuse me, because I'm going to get quite disgusting, but I got to tell you, it works every single time. Let a little gas out of the behind. Just do it. I have no problem conjuring that up. I'm like some type of a witch or warlock. I can conjure things. I can conjure up gas at the drop of a hat. You don't even have to have a hat or even drop it if you do. I can conjure up gas like a clairvoyant can bring your loved ones back from the dead. That was a horrible thing to say, and a horrible example, and a horrible analogy, and I apologize for that if I've hurt anybody's feelings. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, pass some gas. That's the motto. That should be on billboards. Just pass some gas and get the hell out of there. It clears a room, and they don't know where it came from, but at that point, they don't care, and they leave. Or you can just take one of your hands, put it over your mouth very sheepishly, and go, oops. It works. I'm telling you. I'm trying to help you out. Now, a lot of people that I know have no problem with visiting and never really ever leaving, unless you do make these clues and these little clue things. If I went to somebody's place and they started saying, "Oh, I got to get up early tomorrow," or something like that, I would say, "Don't even say it. I'm on my way." I not only is that a hint, that's an invitation for me to end this thing. See, because that's the way I am. Don't put the onus on me to have to end this fine conversational interaction. I really do love people, and I love certain people. Love is a strong word. I like and tolerate certain people. I enjoy conversation. I enjoy what they're saying. But all good things must come to an end, to be continued at another time, when we can refresh ourselves and do this again with that time limitation. Do I have to engage with people with a stopwatch? Oh, okay. Welcome to my home. All right. Start the stopwatch. They've got 3 hours. See, 3 hours is a long time. I think that's quite generous of me. 3 hours of my time? That's extremely generous. Okay. I have a guest on today. Ron, you're a despicable human being. No, I'm not. This is all theatrical. This is all airplay. This is not ever supposed to be aired or listened to. So it's okay. It's okay. I have had people in my company for more than 3 hours. Agonizingly so, but I have done that. Because I'm also a very caring person. I don't like to hurt people's feelings. I'm sorry. I almost said that with a straight face. I'm sorry. Okay. My guest will be joining momentarily, but first, there's this.
Hello, this is Father Mike Slannery of the Our Lady of the Sacred Spatula Church here in town, and I wanted to publicly apologise for the church's recent presentation of the one-man musical review, Jesus, Live and Off the Cross. Our rectory assistant, Marjorie Griffin, who is usually very sharp about these kinds of things, and who was responsible for events like our recent excellent visitation and speech by the Pope's brother's friend's dentist niece, admits that she did not do nearly enough research on the show, and like me, was expecting a programme more along the respectful lines of Godspell or Jesus Christ Superstar. If you were in the audience that evening, you know that this was not the case. We did not know, for example, how racy the song There Is Something About Mary would be, and were just as shocked as many of you at the way it provided unnecessary and probably historically inaccurate details about our Lord and Saviour's relationship with Mary Magdalene. I double-checked, and as I suspected, the words "hitting it from the back" never appear in the Bible. Had I thought to look at the song list before the show, I might have suggested the actor take out the rap number called Loaves and Fishes, Bitches, and the crucifixion number titled Let Me Get My Hands on You, Pontius Pilate. Well, the less said about that, the better. We are still cleaning the stage. Full refunds for anyone who wants one are available at the rectory office of the Our Lady of the Sacred Spatula Church, 27 Eucharist Way, which is open weekdays from 9 to 4, but not between 1 and 1:30 when Marjorie takes lunch. And please remember the teachings of our Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ and forgive us.
Dr. Rebecca Tremble joins us now as veterinarian at Hill's Pet Nutrition, and Dr. Roberta Westbrook, who is Chief Animal Welfare and Medical Officer at Houston SPCA. Thanks for being with us today.
Thanks for having us. Happy to be here.
Pleasure. We love talking about pets and animals and things like that because we were all in love, and so we want to make sure everything is good. However, things can go awry sometimes when unexpected, and we don't really think about what happens in emergencies or when you need to act quickly with your pet. So that's, I believe, what we're talking about today.
Yes, sir.
Now, there are parts of the country where disasters can happen quite frequently, as you know, no matter what time of year it is. Do you find that people don't really prepare properly?
Unfortunately, yes, but it's, as you mentioned, the bond between people and their pets is undeniable. And even right now in 2024 and currently coast to coast, we're being impacted by disasters and the need to prepare, have a plan for our families and our pets. And unfortunately, we're not often thinking about our pets in emergency, and having a plan can make all the difference.
Yeah. How do you know what to do ahead of time? I mean, the concept I get, but I wouldn't know what to gather that I should take with me, even with, I don't know what to do. Where do I find that out?
That's a great question. So Hill's Pet Nutrition has established a disaster relief network to provide nutritional support for pets and shelters who are in need. Mm-hmm. So you can certainly go to hillspet.com and /prepare for your pet to get some more information on how to prepare. But you mentioned it. The key is being prepared before the disaster. Mm-hmm. Once the disaster is here, oftentimes we don't have time to think, and so we want to get a plan ahead of time.
Yeah, no one acts very well when they're in a panic mode. And then within minutes after acting, you go, oh, I should have done this. Oh, my God. So I guess do you make a list? Is that what you do?
A list is great. I'll give you some tips to start with. The first thing would be make an emergency pet kit. Things that you need to have in that emergency pet kit would be supplies that are both essential for your pet, and then you want to have some comfort items. When we're talking about essential items for your pet,
The first thing I would say is make sure you have at least 3 days supply of food and water. That's going to be critical. The next essential item is going to be a safety harness and or a leash for your pet.
Yeah.
During an emergency, the last thing we want is to be separated from them. And then some comfort items might be toys, blankets, and bedding.
And I guess these items really for a pet can be in a small bag. I mean, it doesn't require a lot of space. What about cages and things like that?
Yeah, good question. So if you've got a small pet or a cat where a leash may not be appropriate, definitely keeping a cat carrier, an extra cat carrier handy would be a great way to keep your pet with you. Additionally, having a microchip. A new data point from Hills by Talker Research has noted that less than half of pet parents actually have a microchip for their pet. So keeping a microchip with up-to-date information so you can link yourself with your pet is definitely a great idea. And if you need one of those, your local shelter or your local veterinarian can likely provide that service for you for a small fee.
Are these chips, do they go on the collar? Are they embedded within the animal? How does that work?
Yeah, so the microchip is placed under the skin, similar to an injection that you might give like a vaccination.
Uh-huh. Wow. I can't imagine anybody not doing that, even if it's not a natural disaster. It's a disaster to lose your pet, that's for sure. They can run away if they see a rabbit. I mean, all bets are off.
Absolutely.
I can't imagine anybody not doing that.
Definitely. It's one of the easiest things you can do, not super expensive, and will definitely keep you linked with your pets long term.
I know a lot of people I would like to put chips under their skin, but I don't think you can do that. I mean, maybe you can. I don't know, but that's not why we're here. Okay. There are certain parts of the country where this is a normal possibility, I assume, but that's why other people feel, well, nothing ever happened yet, so probably won't. But that's kind of foolish, isn't it?
Yes. We always want to make sure that we have a plan, because that's part of the thing is that disasters oftentimes strike without warning. So we think this may not happen to me, but it's a really good idea to make sure that you have a plan just in case it does.
Yeah. I mean, you could even have a gas leak in your home or something. It doesn't have to be a flood or a hurricane or something. It can just be very specific to something that just happened in your place, right?
That's exactly right. And so doing things like saying, in an emergency, where would my family go and my pets go? Yeah. And so looking ahead to family and friends who may welcome you in a time of emergency, or looking at hotels that accept pets, is going to be critical so that in a time of emergency, you know where you and your family are going to be welcome with your pet.
Yeah. I always make it a point to have my car gassed up or charged up, whatever situation is, because you never know. You might have to get out of there like real quick and go sometimes some distance. But I guess we don't really think that way as human beings.
Yes, and that's what we're here to educate the community about, is to start thinking about those things. And making sure that you have a plan for yourself, your pets, and your family. Even knowing, where does your pet hide when they're scared? Do they hide? Are you going to have to look for them under the bed or in a closet?
Yeah, that's right.
Maybe you need to, know where to find them.
Wow.
And when you're traveling with them, take a picture of them in case they get lost.
Wow.
Take their vaccine records. Take those things that you could need in order to get them into the places that are going to be safest for them.
Wow, you're right. When animals get scared, and that's what would happen in a some type of crisis, they hide. Oh my God, that's a good point. That's the whole deal right there, as far as I'm concerned. If there was a natural disaster,
you want to be able to get them. You want to be able to get them in a hurry.
Great tip. Well, where do we go for more information?
You can go to hillspet.com/prepareyourpet to hear this and much more to prepare your emergency kit and make a plan.
Sounds great. I know if there was something I had to leave quickly, I would probably get in the car with my pet and then down the road say, oh my God, I forgot my family. Because that's how important pets are. Okay. Thank you for your time today.
Absolutely.
Take care. Well, that'll do it for me today. I'll be back again tomorrow with a brand new program. Will you join me then? I can't hear you. Just do it. Until that time arrives, actually, let's make an appointment for that, okay? And it'll be half an hour. Until that time arrives, I wish you peace.